today's video. So in this video, I'll be showing us 3 ways to add a custom color to your color palette in Tableau. So I have plotted a bar chart here and I've put profits. Let me just yank this off. I'm going to put in region. I want a categorical data so that it will be a more explanatory. Yes, so I've added my color palettes to this, the region to the color palette, and I decided to add a custom value which is not part of these values. So 3 methods to do that. The first one is directly adding it into your TPS file in your Tableau repository folder. So in your documents, when you go to documents, you come to this folder called my Tableau repository. Then once you open it, you come to this file called preferences.tps. That is a configuration file. So you're going to right click on it. You should have a text editor. In my case, I'll be opening it with Sublime. Okay, so I'll open it with Sublime. So Sublime is a text editor. I downloaded. Yeah, there we go. I will click on the first edition and I will say open. Now I have it already opened on my screen. So to add a custom value or colors, you must have all the X codes, and there we have this HTML tags where you can add it. So you have this configuration. You may not have this in your TPS file once opened. If you want to know more about how to add this, I have a video created that explained it in detail, but yeah, just for a quick overview, get the X code for each of the colors you want to add. It could be used for categorical, it could be used for sequential, divergent colors. So I've explained what this type of colors mean. Now I'm using a categorical data. So categorical data are just simple different tables that you need to use to categorize data, and you just want to have them in a pane, in that pane called, in my own case, I titled it my corporate categorical color because I want to use this within our corporate environment. So you can give it whatever title you want, and the type will be regular. So these are regular colors, and it's all going to appear in that pane. So take note of the preferences tag and so on. And we'll go into the sequential color. So this is usually using in combination of measures. So it comes from lighter shade to darker shade. So I just want to use all these colors for that type. And divergent to sequential colors together, just to show gradients, to show degree. That's what I use these colors for. And you can see for sequential, I have the ordered sequential as a type. But when it comes to divergent, you have to put just divergent. It doesn't include ordered, so that it could pick it up. So yeah, that's one way of adding that custom color to your TPS file. And once you come, you have to close this Tableau app and reload it or reopen it. Then you come to color tab, it should automatically display in your color palettes. So when I come to automatic, I scroll down because let me just pull this up so that I can cover in the screen. You can see that my corporate colors all now showing. So when I click this, it's going to open up all the colors I've added to it, just as we have this grouping, for example, winter colors. So yeah, you can see for my sequential, I have multiple colors there. So yeah, this is a way to add custom colors, and you can select as well so that you can use for your paint. So the next one is how to quickly add an Xcode within Tableau Cloud. One of the quickest way to do that is to, because I'm on Tableau Cloud, as you can see in the environment. So if I come in here and drill down to check other ones, I may not find what I really want. So what I would just do is to create a calculated field. Create a calculated field, call it maybe color test, whatever. Then just put any random value. I will just put, I'll make it a string, so I'll just put true, for example. Hit apply and say okay. So for example, I want to use that instead, so I drag it in the true color text I just created. I'll drag it in the color pane, not the label. Now it's not returning any color, so what I would do is to come and edit colors, okay? And you can see, so you can see it there. So what you do is to double tap this blue. Let's go back one step again. Once you've added that field, come to color, edit color, and double tap. So once you double tap, usually it will open this X code pane or tab for you to enter the precise number. So I have, let me enter this one. I have in here 5AAE61. So this should return green. So you see, so let's just assume green is not in the pane. I'll hit enter, and there you have it. So you can add any X code if you have it in here. Once you have whatever information or X code you want to add to your color. So that's one of the quick way to use a custom color. So the other way is using the picker tool, that's the dropper, to add colors to it, but this is specifically for Tableau Cloud to be used. New from where we stopped, if I come to Tableau Desktop and I had regions color and I want to go the route of editing the colors the way I did on Tableau Cloud, so this time around I just want to, I have a custom or color that I want to add and I have the S code. So if I come in here and double tap this color, you see it opens a pane for me which is more detailed than the one on Tableau Cloud. The Tableau Cloud only opened the X code. So when I come to the default setting, you will see the X code, and that's available on the RGB slider. These are different colors code scheme: RGB, CMYK, HSB slider. So where you can combine different colors for, you know, different use to get a secondary color. So this is a grayscale slider. You can use that as well. You can see that this color is changing as I slide through. So the lights change. Comes to RGB, and you can see, so you can see that the color is changing, and it continues tilting it to get that secondary color to mix up from the primary colors. So if I just have the S code, I can just type it in here, and that's what's available on Tableau Cloud, where we need to double tap that color and it gives us this, and you enter it straight away. So it's also applicable on Tableau Desktop as well. So yes, you can see that this is also another color scheme. When you click on this, this is a spectrum kind of view where you can just select inside the spectrum. So the focus of this video is just to emphasize how to quickly add colors. So one of it is to use X code directly, and which is the one we have in the slider bit and only available in the RGB slider. I'll just type in the color number and it's going to display it. So quickly, I'll show us how to use the second option, which is using the dropper. So the dropper, for example, is also, as you can see, when we come to edit colors and we double tap the color and brings this out, you can see that we have this picking tool here. So if I select that picking tool, any color I want to pick is going to select it. So for example, I just come out of this and just come out. So I will just put in a color scheme that I have in the screen. So yeah, I have this series of color and I have the picker tool enabled. So when I have this one and I come back to that color scheme, see, I can hover over it. And for example, if I decide to choose this orange, let's just choose pink rather, and select this, you know, it just automatically come into this place. And all I can do to just keep using this color, I will just click on that pink and move it to a box in here. And then we have that in there. So it's added. I will just say okay and apply and see how our pink is. So for example, if I decide to remove this and use let's say segment instead into the color pane, and I come into the place, let's see if you see have our pink color in there. Yes, you can see it's waiting for us. So that's one quick way to keep it in, to add your color. So let's remove this and see how that works with sequential variables, which are triggered by using measures in there. So when I come to colors, edit colors, you see that is a bit different, but coming to the color palette, and you can see my custom sequential, my corporate colors in here.